Have you ever wondered why the United States, despite being a developed nation, lacks an efficient rail network? It's a question that has puzzled many, especially when we consider the country's impressive technological prowess and economic might. You would think that a nation, known for its skyscrapers, tech giants and bustling metropolises, would have a rail network to match. But surprisingly, this is far from reality. The rail network in the United States, once a symbol of progress and innovation, is now more often associated with delays, inefficiency and disrepair. This is a stark contrast to the high-speed trains and punctual schedules found in countries like Japan, France and Germany. So, what happened? How did the United States, a country that once led the way in rail transport, fall behind? Today, we delve into the reasons behind this surprising situation. We'll explore the historical, political and socio-economic factors that have led to the current state of the US rail network. In the 19th and early 20th centuries, the United States was a rail titan, boasting a network that spanned hundreds of thousands of miles. This was an era when the Iron Horse was king, connecting cities and towns across the vast American landscape. From the bustling metropolises of the East Coast to the wild frontiers of the West, the rail network was the lifeblood of a growing nation. The golden age of American rail was more than just a transportation revolution. It was a time of innovation and progress where the rhythm of the rails became the heartbeat of a rapidly industrializing nation. Railways were symbols of American prowess, engineering marvels that bridged geographical divides and brought people closer together. However, the sheen of the golden age began to tarnish in the mid-20th century. The rise of the automobile and the allure of the open road led to a shift in preference. Highways began to crisscross the nation, and the rail network, once the pride of America, was gradually sidelined. As the decades rolled on, the decline continued. Rail lines were abandoned, stations fell into disrepair, and the once extensive network shrank. The Iron Horse was no longer the king of American transportation, replaced by the roar of the automobile and the hum of the airplane. However, over time, this once thriving system deteriorated, leading to the current state of disrepair. While countries like Japan, China, and various European nations boast modern and efficient rail systems, the USA lags behind. Let's take a trip around the globe to understand this better. In Japan, the Shinkansen, or bullet train, is a symbol of efficiency and punctuality, speeding along at a whopping 200 miles per hour. It connects almost all major cities, making it a lifeline for both business and leisure travel. Over in China, the rail network is quickly expanding. The country is home to the world's largest high-speed rail network, covering a massive 22,000 miles. This network is not only vast, but also efficient, offering a reliable and speedy travel option for millions of people every day. Now let's hop over to Europe. The Eurostar effortlessly connects London to Paris in just over 2 hours, while Germany's extensive rail network, the Deutsche Bahn, offers a green alternative to air travel. These rail systems are not just about speed, they are also about connectivity, making travel across the continent a breeze. Contrast this with the USA, where rail travel is often seen as a last resort rather than a first choice. The country's rail network is largely outdated, with trains often running late and services being far from comprehensive. Many American cities lack the fast, reliable and widespread public transportation options that their counterparts around the world offer. These cities offer fast, reliable and widespread public transportation options, unlike many American cities. Several factors contribute to the poor state of the US rail network. Let's delve into these challenges. First and foremost, the lack of investment in infrastructure is a significant obstacle. While other countries have poured resources into modernizing their rail systems, the United States has, unfortunately, lagged behind. The rail network has not seen substantial upgrades or expansions in decades. This lack of investment has resulted in outdated technology, slow speeds and frequent delays, causing frustration for passengers and contributing to the general perception that rail travel is a less desirable mode of transportation. Secondly, The car-centric culture and urban sprawl in many parts of the country have led to a decreased emphasis on public transportation. Americans love their cars, and the country's infrastructure has been built around this preference. Cities have spread out with sprawling suburbs, making rail travel less practical for many residents. This culture has led to a vicious cycle where low demand for rail travel leads to less investment, which in turn leads to a poorer quality of service, further decreasing demand. Then there are the political and regulatory hurdles. Railways are heavily regulated, and any proposed changes or improvements often face a gauntlet of legal and bureaucratic obstacles. These challenges can significantly slow down progress and deter potential investors who might otherwise be interested in funding upgrades or expansions. Lastly, historical disinvestment and neglect have played a major role. In the mid-20th century, as cars and planes became more popular, railways fell out of favour. As a result, tracks were left to decay and many train stations were abandoned or repurposed. This decline has left a lasting impact on the state of the rail network that is still felt today. These challenges have led to the decline and disrepair of the rail network. Overcoming these hurdles will require significant effort, investment, and a shift in cultural attitudes towards rail travel. But with the right commitment and vision, it's certainly possible to revitalise and modernise the US rail system. The inefficiency of the rail network impacts various aspects of the economy. Let's delve into how. Firstly, the lack of a robust rail network leads to a heavier reliance on road transportation. This causes immense congestion on roads and highways, resulting in billions of dollars lost annually due to increased travel times, vehicle operating costs, and accidents. Secondly, there are the environmental costs. Rail transport is generally more fuel efficient and less polluting than road transport. Therefore, the underutilization of railways contributes to higher levels of greenhouse gas emissions, which have long-term implications for climate change and public health. Lastly, let's talk about economic competitiveness. A well-functioning rail network can boost a country's economic competitiveness by enhancing the efficiency of freight movement and providing reliable and affordable transit options. In the absence of such a system, the United States risks falling behind other developed nations in terms of productivity and economic growth. Furthermore, the decline of the rail industry has led to job losses and missed opportunities for economic development in regions that were once thriving railway hubs. This has a knock-on effect on local communities, exacerbating issues like unemployment and economic inequality. In essence, the state of a country's rail network is not just a transportation issue. It's an economic issue, an environmental issue, and a social issue. These impacts are significant and far-reaching. There are potential solutions to improve the rail network. Now let's imagine a future where the American rail system is not just functional, but exemplary. A big part of this vision involves increased government investment. This means not just putting money into repairs and maintenance, but also funding new projects, modernizing old infrastructure, and investing in technologies that could make rail travel more efficient and appealing. The second big piece of this puzzle is public-private partnerships. These partnerships could bring together the efficiency and innovation of private sector with the oversight and public interest focus of the government. This could lead to new rail lines, more efficient operations, and perhaps even a resurgence of passenger rail travel. Another potential solution is integration with other modes of transportation. By making it easy for people to switch between rail, bus, bike, and even air travel, we can make the rail system a more convenient option for more people. This could involve everything from coordinated schedules to shared ticketing systems. Finally, we need policy reforms. This could mean everything from changing zoning laws to encourage development near rail stations to incentivizing rail travel with tax breaks or other benefits. These solutions, if implemented, could help revitalize and modernize the US rail system. The potential is there, it's just a matter of tapping into it. In conclusion, the USA's poor rail network stems from a combination of historical neglect, challenges, and lack of investment. We've journeyed through its historical decline, compared it to the robust systems in other nations, and explored the economic impact of its current state. We've also highlighted the challenges faced and potential solutions, from increased government investment to policy reforms. It's time for concerted efforts to revitalize and modernize the US rail system for a more sustainable and efficient future.